Success isn't an accident. It's not a gift handed to you by luck or circumstance. It's a result of how you think, how you act, and how you train your mind to see the world. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because their brains are wired for mediocrity. They're stuck in a loop of fear, doubt, and comfort. If you want to break free and build a life of wealth, freedom, and impact, you've got to rewire your brain. This isn't some feel-good pep talk. It's a practical, no-nonsense guide to changing how your mind works, so you can win in a world that's rigged for the average. The truth is, the system isn't built to make you rich. It's built to keep you compliant. Rewiring your brain is your rebellion against that design. The first step is understanding that your brain is a tool. It's not you, it's something you control. Too many people let their thoughts run wild like an untrained dog, chasing every distraction and barking at every fear. They don't even realize they're the master, not the pet. If you want success, you've got to take the leash. Your brain has been programmed by years of schooling, society, and habits to play it safe, to follow the herd, to fear failure. That's the default setting for most. It's why people line up for jobs they hate, chasing a paycheck that barely covers the bills. But default settings can be changed. The rich, the innovators, the leaders, they don't think like everyone else, because they've rewired their minds to work for them, not against them. They've turned their brain from a whining servant into a calculating ally. Start with what you feed your brain. Garbage in, garbage out. If you're consuming endless hours of mindless entertainment, news that thrives on negativity, or the complaints of broke people, you're poisoning your mind. It's like pouring sugar syrup into a car engine and expecting it to run. Success demands a diet of ideas that push you forward. Read books that challenge your assumptions, books on finance, strategy, psychology, and power. Not the fluffy self-help stuff, but the raw, practical kind that forces you to rethink everything. Listen to people who've done what you want to do, not the loudmouths who talk a big game but have nothing to show for it. Your brain is like a computer. The quality of the input determines the quality of the output. Feed it trash, and it'll spit out excuses. Feed it wisdom, and it'll generate solutions. Cut the junk, social media scrolling, celebrity gossip, reality TV, and replace it with knowledge that builds your mental muscle. Next, kill the employee mindset. Most people are trained to trade time for money, to wait for instructions, to beg for a raise. That's a mental trap. It's a cage with invisible bars, and the key is in your head. It keeps you dependent, small and scared. Rewire your brain to think like an owner, not a worker. Owners don't ask for permission, they create value. They don't wait for a paycheck, they build systems that pay them. Ask yourself every day, how can I make money work for me instead of me working for it? How can I turn my skills into assets? Maybe it's starting a side hustle, investing in a rental property, or learning to sell something people want. This shift isn't easy. Your brain will resist. It's been conditioned to crave security, the steady job, the predictable routine. But security is an illusion. Jobs disappear. Companies downsize. The only real security is in controlling your income, your time, and your future. Train your mind to see every hour as an investment, not a sacrifice. Now, let's talk about failure. Most people see failure as a stop sign. Their brains are wired to freeze up, to feel shame, to give up when things go wrong. That's why they stay average, because they let failure define them instead of refine them. If you want success, rewire your brain to see failure as a teacher. Every loss, every mistake, every rejection, it's data. It's telling you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. The rich don't avoid failure, they run toward it because they know it's the fastest way to learn. Stop fearing it, start studying it. When something flops, don't sulk, dissect it. What went wrong? Was it timing? Execution? Did you misread the market? What can you do better next time? Train your mind to hunt for lessons, not excuses. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the raw material for it. The more you fail, the more you learn, and the closer you get to winning. Discipline is the backbone of this rewiring process. Your brain loves instant gratification, it's wired for it. Scroll through your phone, eat junk, binge watch shows, it's all dopamine on demand. It's a cheap high that keeps you lazy and broke. Success though comes from delayed gratification. It's about doing the hard thing now so you can have the big reward later. Rewire your brain by building habits that force you to delay. Start small. Skip the coffee run and save the money. Put it towards something that grows. Wake up an hour earlier and study a new skill instead of hitting snooze. Say no to the easy choice, the extra beer, the late night scrolling, and yes to the one that builds your future. Over time your brain stops craving the quick fix and starts craving progress. Discipline isn't punishment, it's power. It's the difference between being a slave to your impulses and being the master of your destiny. Let's get real about money. Most people's brains are wired to fear it, hoard it, or spend it on junk that impresses nobody. That's why they're broke, because they don't understand money's rules. If you want success, rewire your mind to see money as a tool, not a god. Money doesn't care about your feelings, it flows to those who respect it and know how to use it. Educate yourself on how it works. Learn about cash flow, how to keep more coming in than going out. Study investments, stocks, bonds, real estate, whatever matches your goals. Understand assets versus liabilities. Buy things that pay you, not things that drain you. Stop thinking of money as something you earn and start thinking of it as something you multiply. The poor work for money, trading their hours for pennies. The rich make money work for them, turning every dollar into a soldier that fights for their freedom. Train your brain to spot opportunities, real estate deals, business ventures, market trends. Money loves a mind that's curious, not scared. Ask, where can I put this dollar so it comes back with friends? Surroundings matter. Your brain adapts to its environment, like a chameleon changes color. Hang out with people who complain, who settle, who think small, and your mind will shrink to fit that box. You'll start talking like them, acting like them, dreaming like them, small and safe. Success demands you rewire your brain by changing who you listen to. Find winners, people who've built something, who think bigger than their paycheck, who aren't afraid to take risks. Their mindset will rub off on you. Their conversations will stretch your thinking. They'll talk about deals, not drama, opportunities, not obstacles. You don't have to ditch your old friends, but you've got to prioritize the ones who push you up, not drag you down. Your brain is a sponge, soak it in ambition, not apathy. Seek out mentors, join groups where success is normal, and let their energy rewire your expectations. Visualization is a weapon. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, it just reacts. Most people visualize failure without even realizing it. They picture the worst-case scenario, the embarrassment, the loss, the I told you so from doubters. That's why they stay stuck. Their brain is rehearsing defeat. Rewire your brain to visualize success instead. See yourself closing the deal, buying the property, living the life you want. Make it vivid, details, sounds, feelings. Picture the handshake, the keys in your hand, the view from your new office. Do it every day, morning or night, like a mental workout. Your brain will start believing it's possible, and it'll push you to make it real. This isn't fluffy nonsense, it's training your mind to aim high and act bold. The more you see it, the less you fear it, and the more you chase it. Action is where the rubber meets the road. You can rewire your brain all day with ideas, but if you don't move, it's just talk. Most people's brains are wired to overthink, to wait for the perfect moment, to analyze until they're paralyzed. They plan, they dream, they stall, and they stay broke. Success comes from doing. Train your brain to act fast, even when you're not ready. Start that business with what you've got. Don't wait for $1 million budget. Make that call you've been avoiding. Pitch your idea, ask for the sale. Take the risk you've been debating. Buy that stock. Sign that lease. Action rewires your brain faster than thinking ever will. Every step you take builds confidence, momentum, and proof that you're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. The world doesn't reward plans, it rewards results. Get moving. Patience is the silent killer of failure. Your brain wants results now, instant success, overnight riches. When they don't come, it tells you to quit, whispering that you're not cut out for this. Rewire it to play the long game. Success isn't a sprint, it's a war of attrition. The rich get richer because they don't give up when the first plan flops. They tweak, they adapt, they keep going. Train your brain to measure progress, not perfection. Celebrate the small wins, a new skill learned, a deal attempted, a lesson gained. Did you save your first $100? That's a win. Did you pitch and get rejected? That's data. Over time, those wins stack up, and your brain learns to trust the process. Wealth is built brick by brick, not in a lottery ticket. Teach your mind to love the grind. Finally, reject the victim mentality. Most people's brains are wired to blame circumstances, the economy, the government, their boss, their upbringing. That's a loser's game. It's a mental shortcut to nowhere, keeping you weak and whining. Success comes from owning everything. Rewire your brain to take responsibility for where you are and where you're going. No one's coming to save you. No one owes you anything. Not a job, not a handout, not a break. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start building, your mind shifts from powerless to powerful. You didn't get the promotion. Good. Start your own gig. The market crashed. Find the opportunity in the rubble. The world doesn't care about your excuses, it rewards results. Ownership is the ultimate rewiring, it turns you from a passenger into the driver. Rewiring your brain for success isn't quick, it's not comfortable. It's a daily fight against the old programming that wants to keep you small, safe, scared, and struggling. But every step you take, every book you read, every risk you take, every habit you build, reshapes your mind into a machine that creates wealth, freedom, and power. The average person won't do it. They'll stay wired for comfort, clinging to their excuses, complaining about the outcome while the world passes them by. But you're not average. You're here because you want more. You're here because you see the game for what it is, a challenge, not a sentence. So start now. Take control of your brain, and it'll take you places most people only dream of. That's not hope. That's strategy. That's the difference between wishing for success and making it happen.